so I came to the conclusion that my friend makes me really sexually frustrated, and I get really crazy when I'm sexually frustrated, and I'm so sorry. Why would I tell you that? I'm so sorry. And anyways, okay, because this is my story, and this is just for me to, like, make sure I get all my thoughts out, and this is for me to, like, figure it out, because I'm just, like, freaking out. Anyways, so, yeah, and then, so, I had a shower, and I texted him, and I was just kind of like, I was like, hey, you know, this sounds really weird, but if you, like, really want to know, or maybe I did that, like, the other day. When did I do that? I don't know. I don't know anymore. My brain is so out of it. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I did. That was on the Tuesday, and I was just kind of like, or maybe it was Wednesday? It might have been Wednesday? I don't know, I'm so sorry. Anyway, so basically I texted him, and I was just like, hey, if you actually really want to know, I think I've kind of figured a bit of it out now. And, I was literally like, yeah, I just, watched porn and all that stuff, so, I cleared my head. And, anyways, so, and I was just like, yeah, so I jotted it down in my phone, and, like, if you really wanted to know, like, I'll try my best to tell you, right? And, okay, so I said that to him that night, and, like, so because, like, it was kind of, like, really vague, distant text, like, he wasn't really texting me, and, okay, so basically the next day, like, I knew that we were going to, like, the trades center, for the, like, they were having a trade fair or whatever, and so I knew that, but the thing is, like, if he knew that he was going, he didn't tell me, like, any of that. Like, I mean, you could just tell he's lost his enthusiasm to talk to me or be friends with me, because, I mean, like, you would think usually, or maybe it's just the way I think of it, but if I find something that really excites me or makes me happy, I want to tell my friend about it. I want to tell people I like about the things I like, and so it's just, he didn't tell me, about that he was going to it, basically. I didn't know, and so, the next day, which was a Wednesday, it was a Wednesday, and so the next day on Wednesday, I texted him, and I was like, wow, I just found out that a bunch of people are actually going to this trades fair thing from our school, and so I hopped on a bus, and then we went out there, right, with my class, and we had a booth and all this stuff, and, so as I was walking around, I was kind of, like, there was a ton of people there, and it was, like, this huge thing, and, I was doing fine. I wasn't even that nervous. I wasn't that scared about all these people, right? And, oh, I fixed my tail the night before. That's also kind of why I was, like, I was feeling a lot better. Like, I wasn't feeling depressed or anything. Like, that's why, I was able to figure it out a bit and tell him. Because, like, I watched porn, cleared my head, fixed my tail, I felt good, the day felt good, right? And then, so Wednesday came, and I was wearing my tail, and I was super excited, because my tail is kind of, like, my comfort thing. It, like, I don't know how to explain it. It covers my butt, it makes me feel, like, less conscious, which is weird. It's a tail, you know what I mean? Most people would be like, what the fuck? But it makes me feel better. Anyways, so, I was really excited about that day, right? And I was, walking around with my friends, and so I seen one of the guys in Kay's class, and, I nicknamed him Mr. Majestic Hair, by the way, because his hair is really, really pretty, and, I was like, oh my gosh, like, Mr. Majestic Hair, and then I texted my friend Kay, and I was like, whoa, holy shit, like, I just seen you, like, you're here, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, I was super excited, and I was like, but I don't think you have your phone, because he was, like, doing a cooking thing, and there's competitions everywhere, so I was like, oh, I guess he's in the cooking competition, and then there was, like, a baking competition, and a bunch of other stuff. It was really cool, and I was, like, really excited, and I really love watching people work on things, especially baking and cooking, and I really, actually, like, I've discovered that I really like watching my friend cook, because he was doing the barbecue for the school event the other week before, and I just was like, he just looks really, really cool when he cooks, and he just looks really cool doing the thing. Anyways, right, so I seen him, and I was like, wow, really, like, you know, and then, but I was like, well, but you probably don't have your phone right now. And then it was kind of fine, and then, but I got kind of nervous, and then I just, like, I was like, whoa, like, I really wanted to go say hi to him. I really wanted to go say hi. I really, really, really wanted to just go say hi to him, because I was really excited, that I seen him there, right? But then it was like, I went back to my booth, and this is it. This is where it made me really, like, bleh. So basically, I went back to the booth, and I've seen my friend, okay, we're gonna call her Jay. Anyways, so I see my friend Jay, and she, so I was like really excited. I was like, oh my god, guess who's here? Guess who's here? Like, he's here. And I was like super excited, and I was like, yeah, and I want to make sure I go say hi to him and things like this or whatever. And then so she's like, oh yeah, like I want to go talk to him too. I want to go say hi to him. And that's kind of when I was like, no, don't do that. And then I got really like sad, and then I got really like anxious and really like nervous, and then I just got really like instantly claustrophobic around the whole thing. And I was like, there are too many people here. And then I couldn't do anything. And like even the kids in my class were like, oh my fuck. Like, okay, so D, we'll just call him D. That fits. That's suitable. Okay, so D, he was like trying to like do the presentation thing, and he's like, oh yeah, so this is our school, blah blah blah, and he's like talking to the kids, and then I'd literally be like, hey kids, you want some candy? Yeah, we have good candy, have some candy, ha 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 ha, like check out our school, ha 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 ha. And he was like, oh my god, stop. And I was just like, ha 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 ha. And I was being like really weird, and like it was bad, it was so bad, it was so bad. And okay, so like I was like, oh my god, it was so bad. And then so he ended up, so some guy was like going around taking pictures of all the booths and stuff, and he came over and he's like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna talk to you, to D. And then so D was like, oh, here, take over for a bit, Al, because I'm gonna go and talk to this guy. And then I was like, wow, he's really cute. And I was like, haha, D, he just thinks, it's because he just thinks you're really attractive. And okay, so D is gay, and the guy who just, and then so I seem to always do that a lot, and I'm just like, oh my god, what have I done? Like D was like, hey, that kid's really cute. And then I'd be like, who kid? Which kid? Like that kid really loud, and like point him out, and D would be like, oh my god, why are you doing this to me? And I would just like, because I'm like oblivious, and I'm like really like childish, that it's just, and I don't do it on, you know. And then, but this time it was actually because I was kind of being like super nervous, and I was like, what the fuck have I done? And he gave me this like I just felt so bad. I was like, what have I done? And I was like, what have I done? Like, you know, when I was like hyperventilating, and I was like panicking, and I was like running around in a circle. So after my like shift, so I was like hanging out with my friend Jay, and so me and her were like walking around, and I mean also I get really panicky too, because everyone's like, oh, what a bunch of cute girls, and I'm not a girl, and I was wearing like my cute shirt, and I thought it was a really manly shirt, okay, but they still, and I'm just like, wow, stop it, please. And okay, so anyways, so, and then so we were walking around, and she was like, hey, yeah, let's go say hey to, like, hi to Kay. And I was like, and then, I don't know, I would always be like, yeah, I want to go say hi to him, I want to go say hi to him. And then we'd walk over there, and then it was bad too, because I felt like I was creeping on him, because I was just like watching him do his work, and I couldn't breathe, and I didn't want to do that, and I was like, why, I'm being so creepy. And then I get really self-conscious of that, like, and I'm just like, wow, I'm being really obsessive. And then I'm like, wow, holy fuck, like, what is wrong with me? He has a girlfriend. And I'm like, wow, just what the fuck is wrong with me? And I'm like, but he's my friend, so it should be fine. But I'm just like, I'm being creepy, and I'm not allowed, and I just was panicking and freaking out. And then I was just like hyperventilating, and I'm like, I want to go say hi to him, but then we'd get over there, and I'd be like, and then I would like run off to the side, and like she was like, oh my gosh, stop, like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, I'm not. And then like she was actually like, okay, she was actually being like really nice to me, because she was actually trying to calm me down. She was like holding my hand, and she would like kiss me on my forehead, and I really love forehead kisses. Like, if you ever want to just make me fucking just calm the fuck down, just give me a forehead kiss and a hug, and I'll just be like yours forever. Like, honestly, like I was just like freaking out. And so she would like hold my hand or whatever, and like trying to keep me calm, and I was like, wow, you're so fucking nice, like you're so great, like why am I being an asshole? Why am I getting all mad that you want to be friends with my friend? Like, oh Jesus. But I just was like, you're so nice, and I just hate myself because I'm being a dick, and I just like freaking out. And okay, so yeah, and then so Mr. Majestic Hair was walking around too, and we were like watching him, and I was like, oh my god, Mr. Majestic Hair is so great. And fucking, okay, so we were like watching him, and she was like holding a can of pop, and she actually like zoned out while watching him, and she was literally like holding it, and she's like, ooh. And so she started dumping it out all over herself and the floor, and then some guy was like, oh my god, miss, are you okay? Like, what are you doing? And she's like, ah! So she started hyperventilating too, and she got really nervous about that, because so she got really embarrassed. And so yeah, we just ran around the whole day, and it was so bad, because I was freaking out like every time, and I couldn't, okay, so like I was trying my hardest to avoid my friend Kay, because I was being so nervous and so shitty, and I couldn't, right? Like, when I try and avoid people, it's really ridiculously stupid, because I'm so fucking childish to avoid them. I have to make sure I know where they are, so I actually end up like watching them, you know, or so I'm like being really creepy because I'm watching them trying to avoid them, and I get really panicky and nervous, and I don't know what I'm doing. And so it was like, we would go over and we would watch the baking thing, so it would be like, here's the baking thing, and here's their thing, so I'd be like that way, but it'd be like, they'd literally be like right behind me, and I'm pretty obvious to spot, because I'm like this little piece of shit with like a fucking like black ear hat and a tail, right? You know, and so I was like panicking or whatever, and so at some points, like obviously they were allowed to leave their booths and stuff, so at one point I was like, oh my god, freaking out. So like I was trying to like run and avoid them, and I was like getting a panic attack or whatever, and at one point I wanted to fill up my water bottle. Well, they like went into the back room area, and then I was like filling up my water, or trying to fill up my water bottle, so I had to like ask her where to do it, and I like walked. I was like, oh great, the fill up thing's actually over near the door where they just went into, wonderful. So I was like filling up my water bottle, and then so my friend Kay, he like ran up and poked me in the side, so I know he's seen me, I know he knows I was there, you know, because I was like, but I was like trying to avoid him. It was bad, it was so bad. So he kind of like went up and poked me, and I literally like fucking almost jumped out of my damn skin, and I was kind of like hyperventilating, and I was like, and then, but I don't think he really noticed that, so I think he just thinks that I was trying to, like, I think he just thinks that I was mad at him or something, but I really wasn't. It was just, I'm sorry that I'm such a fucking awkward piece of shit, and so yeah, so that made me jump out of my fucking skin, and then that made me even more anxious, because I was like, great, now he knows I'm here, like, he knows I'm here, but he's not talking to me, and he's just, and I'm trying so hard to, like, and I just really wanted to say hi to him, but every time I went to go say hi to him, I would just, like, panic and back out, but I just really wanted to say hi to him, and I really wanted to talk to him. And then, okay, so at one point we went outside because we were checking out, like, plant things and, like, other different, like, booths and whatever. And then, okay, so we were, like, out there and we were, like, watching this, like, kid take a, like, one of those claw machine, like, trucks, or, you know, the giant machine, right? So it was, like, they were teaching the kids how to use it, and it was, like, they were supposed to grab a basketball and then drop it in a bucket. And so I, like, looked over and I seen fucking Kay and Mr. Majestic Hair, like, walking towards us, and I started, like, hyperventilating, and I was like, what do I do, and I mean, honestly, I get really bad, like, straight up, like, I run away from people, I run away from people, and I've done it to him before, and so that's why I'm kind of freaking out, because I'm like, wow, I've done this to this kid before, because before, when I had a crush on him, or, like, whatever that was, like, in school, I actually did the same thing, like, we were, like, texting, and he was, like, walking up the hill to come meet me, and I, like, seen him, and I literally just did a fucking 180, and just fucking bolted down the road, and he was just kind of like, what is going on, like, so I don't think he realizes how awkward I am, you know, but I'm pretty freaking awkward, so I was literally standing there, and I was, like, hyperventilating, and I was like, shit, what if they come over and say hi, what do I do, and I was like, can I just run that way, and my friend Jay was like, no, it's okay, no, it's fine, and I had a bell collar on, too, so, like, my collar was, like, jingly, and I was like, yeah, fucking, that's not obvious at all that I'm running away, because I'm gonna fucking jingle and trot away, and then fucking, I was like, can I just, like, shoot past them right behind them, like, I can do this, it's, oh my god, and I was, like, freaking out, so she, like, grabbed my hand, and she's like, no, it is fine, we'll just walk normally, it's okay if they come say hi, it's fine, and I was, like, hyperventilating, and so I was, like, holding onto her hand, and we kind of, like, walked past them, and, like, they kind of just, like, stopped at a different booth, and they were, like, watching the other stuff, but they were, like, really close to us, and I just was, like, freaking out, and so we, like, walked back inside, and I was just kind of like, you're so nice to me, and I was like, wow, like, oh my god, you're so nice to me, like, you're so great, and I was kind of, like, holding her hand, so, I mean, I guess that, maybe that seemed really bad, too, because, like, maybe he just was, like, wow, because I was, like, he probably seen me, like, holding her hand, and I was kind of, like, trotting around all happily beside her, because I was just, like, freaking the fuck out, and I was panicking and everything, right, and then, so I was also really nervous because I literally the night before I had, like, told him, hey, by the way, like, I just went and watched porn and masturbated to clear my head, and, you know, if you really want to know what was troubling me before, like, I'll tell you the next time we hang out, and so that's kind of why I was freaking out the day after, right, so anyways, he didn't really talk to me much after that, and then, basically, my mom fucking likes to point out that I'm a piece of shit, and she's like, wow, so, you know, he probably thinks that you're being stuck up, you know, and I was like, no, Mom, that's not it at all, I'm so nervous, and then she's like, you know, he probably thinks you're just being a fucking stuck up little bitch, and she's basically like, you're a piece of shit, like, make sure you apologize to him, and I'm just, like, freaking out, and I'm like, trying my hardest to just, like, fucking, you know what I mean, like, I'm trying so hard to get his attention, and I'm trying so hard to make sure I apologize, or at least tell him what happened, because it's not specifically exactly, like, what happened, right, and then I was, like, freaking out, and I don't even know, like, I was just trying so hard to talk to him, and anytime I talk to him, he seems really distant, and he's not really, you know, and, oh, fuck. No, by the way, I don't think I ever actually finished the kind of, like, chunk story of how, I hung out with him and ate ice cream, and he was like, hey, wanna go to the lake? And I was like, yeah, I do, right? Well, actually, basically, what also set me off, too, in thinking that he just really fucking hated me, was because around the time that he told C, like, he doesn't care who I hang out with. He actually also had deleted me out of the group of the Facebook thing and the lake thing, and I was like, oh, okay, wonderful. And then he went to the lake the next day with his ex-girlfriend and another chick who I didn't even know were supposed to be going, so I was just like, I don't really understand what's happening there. Wow, this is already 50 minutes.